Hello, my name is Paulette Downey. I am the founder, owner, and beauty consultant of Skin Products Works. So, the second model that we at Skin Products Works use is to help build upon the success of your beauty brand is the education that I have as a medical skincare therapist. So the education and the education that I have regarding knowing skincare brands and learning about the skin. For 11 years, I worked as a beauty consultant dealing with several brands, like far over 60. For 6 months, I worked as a medical skin care therapist. I had my own business. Now, for the 11 years that I worked as a beauty consultant, um, we worked with various devices and apparatus to examine the skin. These devices allowed me to be able to see the type of skin that I was examining, the condition of the skin, things like sunburns that you may not be able to see on the surface, but you could see underneath the layers of skin, and like just you could see basically the skin type and the skin condition. And so we could determine also, I mean, because I am in the business that I am in, I can simply look at someone's face, just look at their face and see basically what type of skin they have, what condition they have. I can sometimes look, see like for different like diseases or whatnot as well. Uh, so. Uh, Also, the professional training that I had as a beauty consultant is I went on trainings. So these trainings were voluntarily. They weren't something we were not forced to go on these trainings. And so I would go on them twice annually, not including launches, not including online studies. So I would attend all of these trainings for skincare, for makeup, and for fragrance. Whenever they had them. And so that's education. It is professional education, but it is education. Then also, not including that, I was using these products. So not only did I get and not only did I get instructions for my education, but I also got to try these products. So not only do I know like ingredients, I know the philosophies of the brand. I know the products, like I know what they are, I know how they feel, I know how they work. I was my I was the first guinea pig of the products that I received before then using my clients as guinea pigs and family and friends. Uh, so um, so because that is important too. So um, it's not only knowing the science, knowing the philosophies, but it's knowing how the products feel, because that gave me information as to what I could recommend to what person. So using the products, I knew what would work for some people and what would work for others. So it wasn't just the information that I received from those trainings, although the information was extremely important because it was learning about the ingredients and the philosophies for the brands, as well as I was learning about skin itself. And I was learning about the science of skin, but also using the products, because by using them I could actually speak intelligently about them, and it was not a guessing game. It was something that I actually knew, and by using those products year after year, it wasn't just a one-off. It wasn't just me using them for 6 months from one brand and that was the end of it. It was using all of these different products from these different brands for several years. So it so I know what it feels like. I know how they feel. I know how, like the skincare products should feel. Same with makeup, the exact same thing with makeup. I know the qualities, like the ones that are really pigmented, foundations. I understand the ones that are really like the ingredients, the ones that have more, like more, skincare ingredients, and you can just feel it on your skin. So really getting to know the products by using them, and not just learning about the information and the science behind them. Fragrances as well, same thing. So learning about them and having hands-on by actually using them. So that was my professional experience, or education, I would say, that I received as a beauty consultant. So for on the academic level, of course, I did go back to school. I felt that it was important for me to have this education, to learn, or to know and to understand about the skin at the scientific level, and to have a deeper understanding about skin, about the ingredients, and the application of these the products. And skincare is my love. I do love makeup and fragrance as well, and I know them, and I can make recommendations on them, simply because of the training that I've had, and like I said, the practice, using them. But with skincare, it is a love of mine. It is a niche of mine, and so just learning about the skin, going more into depth, learning about the disease, not just learning about the types of skin, not learning about the condition of the skin, but learning about skin diseases, learning about like topical products that you can use, as well as injections, and so just learning about the skin, and skincare products, from a medical side, and so that helps me to be able to help beauty brands, just be able to explain more in depth about how skincare products um, will work for their client base, or to gain a greater client base. And so so with the academic side, that's what Skin Products Works brings to your beauty brand. And so it brings the professional. The professional education, and then with the professional education, also dealing and interacting with the clients on a day-to-day basis. They also were education. They taught me a lot of things too. So, I mean, I learned a lot of information that I could share with them, but they actually shared a lot of information with me, and I did learn a lot from them, and also using them as my so-called guinea pigs, like making the recommendations. I mean, and of course, making trying my best to make the most appropriate recommendations for each client, and then learning from them if the recommendations that I made for them were correct. And so as time and time went on, then I perfected that. So I knew what client needed what product, and or what makeup, or with the sense, of course, it's a little more subjective, so you kind of go down a different road. But for the other two, it's just understanding, knowing what their skin is like, knowing what their pigmentation is like, and then just finding a match for their skin. And so it became a lot easier doing it over and over and over again. And I really do enjoy that aspect of it. And understanding that is so important in building upon the success of a beauty brand, or any beauty brand. I solely believe to have that kind of understanding at that level is so important, because at that level, then you, like, you know you know what the customer is looking for. So if you understand what it is they're looking for, then you're able to navigate what it is that you want to produce for them, or create for them. So that's what Skin Products Works brings to your beauty brand, from the education that I received as a beauty consultant and as a medical skincare therapist. Also, my studies as a medical skincare therapist, I learned about fragrance as well. So I learned about essential oils and various fragrances, and basically, you know, the science in creating perfumes. So that actually helped me with the education that I received working as a beauty consultant, and the trainings that I received for fragrances, and for the many brands that I received received training for on those fragrances. So again, that just elevated the knowledge that I have about fragrance. And then, of course, makeup didn't do that in medical skincare therapy, but I learned, like I said, a lot from trainings, and I did take, I did take a course in that, and so that's basically what we bring as for education, and that is our second model that we use to help build upon the success of your beauty brand. So I look forward to meeting with you in person to discuss how Skin Products Works and can help your beauty brand become better. Thank you.